So I always find it really hard to do reviews on blades that you can't all just go out and buy yourself immediately after watching the video. I don't particularly love having things that not everyone can have. Part of the joy I get from knives is being able to have the same knives as you all and compare notes if we like them or not. It's one of the more enjoyable things about the hobby to me. I don't like having the thing that you can't have. So this Robert Erickson lawn sword / kukri style chopper is something you're probably going to have to hit up the maker, see if he's keen on making again, and then seeing what specifics he can make for you at this point in time or whatever point in time that may be. So I can't guarantee you clickable, short-term, share a sale, Amazon affiliate link stuff with this guy. Not that I'm doing Amazon affiliate links, because that seems to be YouTube's demonetization robots, public enemy number one at the moment. Beep, you are selling weapons, beep, it seems to say. So what I'll do instead is say the words Erickson Knife Works, and trust that you can use that site. You know, the one that's become like an adjective for looking stuff up on the internet and being your own knife detective for the rest of the way. It's probably going to be in the realm of $400 to $500 to get yourself one of these in these materials. And what materials are those? Well, the blade, it's a giant piece of Z-Wear steel, which as far as I can tell is a 3V type steel aiming at good edge retention, great toughness, and the stain resistance of a white silk shirt. The lawn sword kukri, which I don't know if it has a technical name, is an incredibly well produced chopper which in my testing so far has bested all my other non-axe testosterone preservers in the 10 chop test. The blade is ground about perfectly for deep sinking cuts whilst at the same time being thin near the handle for draw knife style cuts. It's hard to show on camera, but if I close my eyes and really feel up this guy, you can feel a tangible difference in the thickness. It's swole near the tip and is thin near the waist. The handle is a polished black micarta, and while looking like it might be able to go two-handed, it's not quite for my big hand, my larger sized hand. So really it's just the 3 different grips. Standard hammer grip, the setback chopping grip with the little beak kind of retaining your hand, and then the choil-centric detail work grip. It's not quite enough to comfortably get my both large hands on, but if you had smaller hands you might be able to. A bit like the Tarava Scrama, you can two-hand that guy if your hands are on the smaller to medium size. Look, this blade isn't so long that I've ever felt like I'd need to do that anyway. Here it is with a bunch of other fixed blades and a sword for size comparison. But this video, funnily, or sadly, has become something of a tribute to Kentaro Miura, who really sadly died too young a couple of weeks ago. He was only 52, and I think he just had a sudden heart episode or something. Scares the shit out of me when you hear youngish people just randomly dying. But anyway, he made Berserk, and Berserk was one of the first serious cartoons I ever watched. Like, I remember having to rent it at the DVD store when I was like a 14-year-old. And Adam, who worked at the Video Easy that I used to live near, he'd never give me too much trouble about it being MA, or was it even R? I can't remember. But I remember it was always near Perfect Blue, which was like the sex movie. It was like, you know, the anime one with someone has a sex in it. and I remember I was always too bashful to shop that, because even though I did certainly love my anime titties, I didn't want anyone to know that I loved my anime titties. So it was always Berserk, but Berserk was a great companion for the angst-filled 14-year-old, but even as I've watched it as I've grown up, it's a great show. It's probably best described as like a Game of Thrones kind of westernish fantasy world, really unflinching and brutal, but some really good unexpected plot, character developments, and really well fleshed out characters, so I really do recommend it. And yeah, just super weird. I'd filmed my intro with the silly Berserk 1997 theme song, and then I found out like a few days later that Miura had died, so I don't know if this channel's cursed in some way, and like the Madden NFL video game curse maybe. Maybe I should use my next intro to be about like Jeff Bezos or something. Then maybe in a few weeks' time the Amazon truck drivers won't have to worry about getting in trouble with the facial recognition AI telling them off for yawning too many times and docking their wages. I'd much prefer to use any curses this channel has to fight the impending boring dystopia we're all marching towards, rather than snuffing out talented young graphic designers and illustrators. Anyway, take the advice. Go and watch 1997's Berserk series and then 2016's Berserk series. They're like 26 episodes each. Really, really solid watching. Gory though, but I think you'd like that. So overall, if you want to have the best chopper, this might almost be it. You'll pay dearly for it though, but it's handmade, it's ground properly to be a properly heavy weighted forward chopper. And geez, is it fun to use. The handle is about perfect. I've had lots of these purported chopping knives which end up being really uncomfortable in the hand, and this one is wide enough here to properly support your hand as you cut into whatever. It's ground nicely, so you can use this part here to start your feather stick fires and whatnot. And of course, just your standard hammer grip's really comfortable as well. Lanyard it came with, you can certainly secure it around your wrist. I always just figure though, if you're gonna lose control of your knife, it's probably better that it flies away rather than bounces around and swings near your body. But anyway, not a big deal either way, whether you like a lanyard or not. The full convex grind, the Z-wear steel, the complete package is really, really very premium. So if you are after something of a premium sort of maybe one-piece survival kit type tool, then for sure hit up Mr. Erickson and see what he can do for you. But it's going to cost you a little tiny bit, which again, you think of the custom knives, right? Custom folding knives, you often pay $1,000 for a really basic custom knife. Even if this is $500, which it may not be, depending on if he needs to get it heat treated externally or not, you're getting a lot of good premium material here for your money. And it comes with a full Kydex sheath, which does a really good job at retaining the knife with a dangler system, all that sort of good stuff. I don't know, really hard to, again, review one-off type custom knives, but what I can review overall is my experience with these Erickson Knife Works blades. And they've all been excellent, whether it's little tester knives that he sends along that he would claim are his, more efficient work, they're all excellent, as well as, the more dedicated pieces I've had from him. He's a really recommended maker, and I'd love to see him blow up a bit more than he currently is. But then again, there is a lot of choice out there as well for your handmade fixed blade knives. But definitely have a go at giving Erickson's a try if you can get your hands on one. Never had a bad experience, never had one that wasn't a really harmonious mix of excellent handle and excellent blade. And he's also playing with the good materials as well at the moment too. So look him up. Hope you've enjoyed this video. And yeah, go and watch Berserk. See you next video. Goodbye.